Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Open Great League again. This is something that I haven't really looked at a lot recently, but it's currently still available and it's the last week of Open Great League, and for a lot of people that's the league to climb. Leave a like on the video, by the way, if you want to see more Open Great League videos, because it seems like at least that people don't really enjoy the current Old League version of the Halloween Cup, which is understandable if you have Great League as well. But yeah, leave a like on the video, show me how you like the Great League videos, and we can talk today a little bit about this team of the player that sent me those videos here. One thing that I really want to talk about is this Froslass here. Froslass is a Pokemon that recently got a ton of more attention thanks to the recent regionals, though Tactical as well, who stole the team, I think, from the Nut 93. Both of them ran then the Froslass, and they both went into the top 4, though Tactical was like 2nd place, I think the Nut was 4th or something. Both of them had Froslass in the meta, and Froslass itself is such a cool Pokemon because Froslass has access to Avalanche, which is one of the strongest charge moves in the game, really. Has access to Powder Snow, which got buffed like 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, I don't know, like a few seasons ago at least. Does more damage now and has access to Shadow Ball, which is a very, very nice coverage move against something like, for example, this Deoxys would be very nice against those Pokemon. Does make a ton of sense, and it got way better recently with the new move updates. Why? Walrein is gone. Walrein was, I mean, just a little bit more of a superior ice type because he got to the charge moves a little bit better, and you don't really see this Pokemon that often anymore. And also Registeel is kind of gone, which was one of the harder answers for Froslass, as you have a Steel type, which of course would still get neutral damage from the Shadow Ball, but now you have G-Fisk instead, which has access of course to Rock Slide, but you will be able to survive 1, so they have to throw 2 against you, and you have neutral charge like damage there from your Fast Move and from Avalanche, which is just a little bit better. So, Froslass itself as well, with the update as well, there are way more Altaria and way less Ice types, means Froslass has a really unique niche here, especially as a closer Sting has basically no hard answers, and I'm pretty sure that this Pokemon will be way more common in the recent meta update for the Great League as well as for like regionals that you see, because it's just so versatile, so good. The team here that we see, I would change a little bit about it. We have here a team that has basically no answer for Altaria in the back. So with like Say Swaps in general, I don't like either of the Pokemon in the back as a Say Swap. Main thing here is both of them get hard-rolled by Altaria. Diggersby get hard-rolled by some other Pokemon as well. Swampert as well gets hard-rolled by a ton of stuff, like which you could have in the back, like any kind of grass user or whatever. In general, the team does make some kind of sense because you have an answer for grass types in the lead and also an answer for flying types in the lead, and 2 Pokemon in the back that don't really want to face those Pokemon. But here, I guess they're using the Swampert as a Say Swap. I would maybe actually recommend to go for the Diggersby as a Say Swap and might run Hyper Beam instead of the Earthquake on Diggersby. Seems weird in the first beginning there, but basically Earthquake is decent against the Pokemon that Diggersby really want to face against, but if you have it as a Say Swap, you usually don't get matched up against those, and then you're most likely gonna get matched up against something like a Noctowl, something like Altaria, where you don't have any answer for it other than the Hyper Beam, and Hyper Beam is something that people don't expect, and for example against Altaria, I know that you would win I think the Zero Shield scenario against it, just going straight Hyper Beam. So Hyper Beam would allow you maybe to have a little bit of a better Say Swap, but this team itself seems to work pretty well as well for this person here. I think they went 10-0 or like 10-1 or something with this team. Definitely a pretty decent rating for this. We see a Sableye coming in here, which is of course, the Earthquake better for the Diggersby, but also with Fire Punch, I think you still would be able to win at least like something here. We see the Venus on the lead, which is fine for you as well. You will be able to go for 1 more Fire Punch, or you just try to go for the full farm down, or you just gonna throw somewhere random here, which is fine as well. You will be able to at least reach 1 more Fire Punch here, and they have to throw, otherwise you reach 2 Fire Punches against a Venusaur, which makes this matchup way better because you're also going to put it into the range for like maybe even the Swampert later on. We see them throwing a charge move, fine for you. We see the Stunfisk coming in, you will be able to hardwall the opponent here as well. Good game there. A very common team from the opponent against you. If they would use it the way I usually use the team, they would have hardwalled you, but here you also have a very decent match up for you. With the Lantern coming in. Going to the Swampert allows you to at least take those water guns a little bit better, but I think you're still going to struggle a little bit as the Surf going to do a ton of damage. You will be able to go for one Hydro Cannon. You will be able to get both shields here, which is very nice. But they might be able to realign now. You have to hope that they have something in the back that you can beat with your Froslass. Very nice EMP tie here for you, as you can let this move go through. You can keep the shield advantage. You have to go into your Diggersby. And what I would do if I was you, I would let this move go through. Let's see what they're going to do here. It's a super effective move. They're going to let this move go through. Very nice recognition of the potential team of the opponent, because I expect them to have a Registeel in the back, where you swap out here now immediately. They're going to have a Registeel in the back, exactly, and you can go straight for Shadow Ball now, and you will be able to win this matchup. Definitely. It's a little bit tricky, of course, because you still... I think you two-shot them, actually. If you don't get the debuff here, you will be able to two-shot them after the farm down there. You sadly get the debuff, but this might mean that you get a bigger farm down, which might be even better for you, as you will be able to reach the Avalanche then against the opponent, which should do enough damage there. So you will see the Focus Blast coming through here. Actually, interesting that they go for the Focus Blast. You actually swap out here, which is fine. You're going to clear the debuff there, but it's just game over already. The opponent decides to just go ahead and let the move go through. We see the Trevenant against you. Trevenant is interesting. This is basically horrible for your team. It kind of beats everything here, but also kind of doesn't beat the lead and also your Diggersby. They swap out into a Stunfisk, which gives you the advantage here of going into your Swampert. You swap very late, which means they get to an Earthquake in time, but now you can overfarm by a ton of moves here, and you will be able to even go for some Hydro Cannon damage or even Earthquake damage against the incoming Trevenant, which allows you to definitely get the shield back. You will be able to go for the Hydro Cannon before, which is a little bit of a... Yeah, you could have just at least baited the Earthquake, I think, and they will be able to win CMP, but you will be able to farm them down with a Froslass now, which should do enough. I think you can farm them down here. We see a Bastion coming in, which is amazing for you, as you have the Diggersby in the back. They're going to shield this move up, which is even better for you. You can go straight for an Earthquake, and they just decide to surrender anyway. As we see the next game here, we will see Altaria against you in the lead. That's totally fine, as we will see the Vigoroth coming in. Vigoroth will take like neutral damage from this move here. Avalanche comes through, and we will see the Diggersby coming in against this Vigoroth. Interesting. Body Slam, you can take those. You can go for Fire Punches, I guess. You just try to get your own Diggersby a little bit lower, I guess, because you have a decent lead match up there. But this is a little bit risky now. Do you let this move go through? You let this move go through, and you die from it? Okay. I'm a little bit confused about those plays here right now. Not gonna lie, we see a Swampert coming in there. We can go into the own Swampert. You can let this move go through if you want to. I hope that they bait here. At least I would let this move go through. They let this move go through as well. Good decision. We see the Hydro Cannon hit here. Hydro Cannon going to hit from you as well. They're going to shield this move up. They're going to get to another move at least. You can let this move go through as well, to be fair. And you do let this move go through. I think that's the right decision, because you're going to bet now everything on your Froslass. Froslass will be hopefully able to sweep this opponent in the end game. They will not catch the move with the Vigoroth. They go into the Altaria, and you should be fine here. You will be able to go for another Avalanche here. And you see, like, it's basically such a good Froslass showcase how strong this Pokemon can be. As this one will hit here as well, and the Avalanche would knock out the opponent's Swampert. Let's see the next opponent. We will see the Froslass against Deoxys Defense. That's pretty fine for you. They're gonna go into a Sableye. You can go into your Diggersby, which is a pretty nice matchup. It's not a clear matchup, to be fair. Sableye doesn't really have the hardest answers unless they're running Charm against you. So this is still not the best for you, but still okay. We will see the Earthquake coming through. We will see a shield from the opponent, which is understandable, as they have a not as bad of a matchup here. We see another Earthquake coming through, which is going to put this thing low, but not in a range where they die immediately. You kind of have to shield this. One return would knock you out, but they're going to go for the bait. A very smart play by the opponent. You're just going to commit for the shield and farm down here, I would guess. You're actually going to let this move go through. That's very good for you, because now you're going to still be able to realign. You don't give the Deoxys a ton of farm. You will put them into range for one Avalanche, I think, at this point. So you don't even have to go for the Shadow Ball here. And you go straight Avalanche as well. I actually don't think it knocks them out yet, because they're pretty bulky, exactly, but it's going to put them into a very close range. I don't think they run a Rock Slide here. They run Rock Slide here for whatever reason. Usually they don't run Rock Slide, and you will get hit by a Crunch here. You should have definitely swapped out earlier. This Crunch will knock you out, and that's going to be still a tough one, but you should be able to outspeed them. You definitely should be able to outspeed them. You should be able to get to 2 moves here, but it's still going to be interesting against the Deoxys. Can you farm them down with your Swampert? Can you get to the move with the Swampert? That's the main question here. We will see another charge move coming through. We will knock out the opponent here. Can you farm them down? You can just barely shut them down with the Shadow Swampert here. Very good game. As we go into the next one. We see the next opponent having the Froslass against Trevenant. Again, horrible matchup for you. You can just stay in here, I guess, and go for some avalanches. But you're going to opt to no-shield the Seed Bomb and go for the Avalanche. Now let yourself farm down, I guess, and go into your Digger Spear and go for 1 Fire Punch. This puts them into range for 1 Fire Punch of Digger Spear already, which is nice. You're going to overfarm a little bit, which is okay. I think they have already needed 2 Seed Bombs, to be fair. Yep, you should have thrown immediately, in my opinion. But Seed Bomb coming through there again, you're going to go low. And you have at least a shield advantage here. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to let this move go through, and we see a Noctowl coming in. Noctowl is horrible for you. Swampert can 2-shot it, I think, with the Hydro Cannon, though. Pretty sure the Shadow Swampert can 2-shot it. I don't think the normal can, but I think the Shadow can. Let's see if Shadow Swampert goes for the Hydro Cannon. It definitely can 2-shot the Noctowl here. Noctowl most likely going to go down by this one, as they're actually going to shield it up, which is fine for you as well. You might want to overfarm a little bit because you're kind of far behind, but they might have also a Steel type in the back, and they do have a Steel type in the back. You're going to overfarm a little bit, go for the Earthquake here. This Earthquake will knock them out. 1 Hydro Cannon wouldn't have knocked them out. Very good recognition here, and you will be able to win this game as well. As we see the next opponent having Froslass against Altaria. What a nice matchup for you again. Interestingly, they don't face Altaria in the back yet. We see the Stunfest against you, and you come in with your Digger Spear. Like, it's fine, but it's in Swampert a little bit better. But I actually, like, you kind of want to avoid both of them, so I guess it's fine. You can go for the Earthquake as well. That should still not knock out the opponent, I think. It still survives it, which is kind of crazy. But you cannot just let them go for the charge move here, and you should be able to farm down, as you want to be low HP anyway, so the Altaria doesn't get a lot of farm. You will be able to just spam those Fire Punches at this point. Both of them moves are resisted. Earthquake is double resisted, so I guess it does make sense to go for Fire Punch instead. But we will see here that the Fire Punch coming through will not do a ton of damage. You can go into your Froslass again, and we see the Sableye coming in. You go for an Avalanche, which I like as a play, because it makes the matchup for your Swampert way better. As you will be able to go for 1 Earthquake if you want to go for an Earthquake. I don't know, you can go for the Earthquake, you can go for the Hydro Cannon. Let's see what they want to do here. They're going to go for the Hydro Cannon now, as this one will nearly knock them out, but wouldn't completely knock them out. This is an awkward scenario. I think you have to let this move go through. You do let this move go through, you still get to the move here. Okay, that's fine. This will put them either into range for the farm down, yeah, exactly, or just knocks them out. But yeah, we see the farm down happening now. We see the Altaria coming in. You can go for an Avalanche, and you will be able to win this second to last game here with the Froslass again. Froslass is just going to town. Honestly, such a good Pokemon. Such a good Pokemon to play right now. Altaria lead again. Again, you get a ton of good leads with this Pokemon as well, but also the meta is kind of weak towards those ghost types currently. You go for an Avalanche here. You actually win the zero shield scenario against the Lickitung, which is kind of funny. But you're going to swap out into your Digger Spear now, which is going to get hit by 1 Power Whip, but 2 Power Whips are not enough to even knock this thing out. You will be able to go for an Earthquake, which will allow you to knock them out, because they're going to still survive it, but they're going to not shield this one. They're going to let the Body Slam go through here. You're going to give them more farm, which is a little bit risky. Of course, you're going to give the Medicham now less farm. That's very good for you that they thought the Medicham into you. You can just go ahead and go into your Swampert now. You can let the moves go through, and you will be able to now align your Froslass against the Altaria, which is actually still a close matchup, because you see Froslass takes a ton of damage from Dragon Breath. We will see the shield coming up. Going to be a close one. You will not be able to reach the Avalanche in time. Do you try to farm them all the way down now, or do you try to... You go for the charge move here. You're going to go for the undercharge, and you will get the shield from them. You will not be able to farm them. Can you go for the move here? No, they're going to have to shield this move up here. Are you going to try to go for two Hydro Cannons? No, they're going to swap into the Medicham now. Okay, this makes it easier for you. You can just go for the Hydro Cannon. This should knock them out, and you will be able to win this final game with another Hydro Cannon against the Altaria. Thanks for standing in those battles. I really enjoyed it. I think Froslass is such an amazing Pokemon in the current meta. You should definitely try it out, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye!